What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I actually wanted to go over on how we can use CoreLocation and MapKit to get the user's location and then return a list of nearby places. Go through the day, we got the user location and then using CoreLocation, and then we used MapKit in order to do a search of the nearby places. And this is what we have. We just put in a little TableView and all right, let's get started. So we're just going to create a simple app. Let's name it, let's call it Nearby Places. We're using storyboards in Swift. We're not going to use the storyboards, but you can leave storyboards there. Let's expand this. All right. And what are we going to do first? So first, let's create a file called location service, which we will use in order to get the user location. All right, so what do we need? We have to import CoreLocation class, location service. We'll make this a singleton private init. All right, and then we'll need static let static let shared location service. All right, so we need to get the user's location. How we're gonna do that? So first we need a location manager. We need a location manager. I think it's CL location manager, and we're gonna use a stored property to stamp this out. With this little anonymous closure. And what do we want? So we want to let manager. We need to create the manager, and we're gonna return the manager. And here, I think it's which one do we need? Oh, desired accuracy. It's like KCL something. Location accuracy. That's just the accuracy you want your location manager to have. All right, let's see what else. And we can actually set the delegate here, but we can set the manager's delegate here, but we're gonna need to change something. You see, Xcode is gonna throw us an error. And that's because, so this location manager is being initialized or created at the same time as the class is, or the object. So it doesn't really have a self because they're doing it at the same time. So it's like, who's the self? Who am I? No, but it doesn't know what it belongs to. So you actually need to do lazy var right here. And that should, now it's saying we don't conform to it. So we're gonna go down here, location service, CL location manager delegate. There we go. And now no error. Oh, one more error. This actually needs to be an NS object if we want to use this. If you want to conform to the location protocol or delegate, the location manager delegate. Now if we run this, and we need to override this because it's NS object. Now we're good. So what this lazy var is doing is it's waiting for the location service class to be created, and then it's gonna use this. And it's like a split second, maybe even less, that it waits. And that way the delegate knows what the self is. Because otherwise it doesn't know. All right, so first things first, we need to request location access permission. Or we need to request permission. sounds better to me. Request permission to access location. And how do we do that? So we can just switch on the location manager authorization status. If you do a command B right here, it'll give you, it must be exhaustive, and you can just use all these test cases. And what we're gonna do is location manager dot request when in use authorization. And we'll just put that, I'll put that here too. Although for this restriction, I think that when I looked at it, it said that it's for like, if there's parental controls on the account. So that might be something you want to change. I'm gonna do a break here. We can get rid of this unknown. All right, so when it's authorized, what do we want to do? We want to start updating the location. So start updating location. Start updating location. And that's it for requesting our access. And actually, I want to call this function here. That way, whenever we call location service, it's always going to request a permission to access location. So that way we don't have to call it ourselves, like in wherever we're using it. Oh, and we need to call, I think it's super init. Since we're actually writing stuff in here. All right, now we need to use the delegates. And in here, I think it's like did update location. And we also need did fail with error. And all right, so for this one, we're just gonna print an error, localized description. And for this one, we'll do if let location equal locations dot last dot coordinates. And that'll give you the CLL location coordinate of the location of the user. So if we have this, what do we want to do? We can print it out. Location. All right, and now there's one thing in this location service that we're missing, and that's did change authorization status. Yeah, location manager. And that's because, so when the user first uses this this app or this when it first launches it ever, they're gonna get the request, right, permission. And once this happens, then it'll do nothing unless you use this, because this function will get called, because once we call this and like they change it, accept it, or they don't, then the authorization will change. And if you don't implement this, then nothing will happen. You just sit there like, oh, no. And we'll switch over the manager authorization status. And we only care, we'll just call this, but then we don't really care about this stuff. We only care about, we'll print, let's print error with auth change, and this will break. All right, and then so when we are authorized, what do you want to do? You want to call these. Actually, you can change this to manager, so it calls this specific manager because it's being passed into us, or it's being given to us. And you see, like, it's kind of confusing, right? Like, why are we doing this again? We did it here, but again, the first time you launch, this function will run, right? And it'll be not determined. So then it'll run this, it'll do the request. And then the request will go through, and then that's it. And nothing else will happen. And that's why we need to stamp out this did change authorization. All right, and that's pretty much it. Let's go into the plist and add, I think it's privacy. We need to add like when in use, location, when in use. Please let me in. All right. I think we might need one more. I'm gonna run it like this and see what happens. Oh, that's funny. I ran this, but I never called it. What the heck? I'm just sitting here looking at a blank screen. That's funny. I don't really have to do anything. I just have to call this. And we'll see what happens. Error with location auth. Change. What? There was no change. All right, let's see. Allowance. Ah, I wonder where this is, because this is not where this is not where I live. Maybe, maybe not. Actually, let's look this up. It's the Apple Store in San Francisco. But yeah, it looks like it's working. And if you run this on your device, it'll give you your location and your coordinates. I'm not gonna run it on mine because, I mean, I'd rather not, I guess, right? Like, I don't need people knowing my exact location of where I'm filming this. All right, and I want to add some stuff here, because when we get the location, I want to stop updating location, because I just want one. And now in our project, we need to figure out how we're gonna send the view, the location to the view controller or a view model if you're using that. A really simple way is to use a closure. It's really simple. You could also use combine, but if you're not familiar with that and you don't want to dip into that yet, then a closure is very straightforward. Like you just did receive. Wait, what should we call this? Or did. We'll call this location updated. Right, and this will be a closure. And in this closure, we're gonna pass back a location. See a location coordinate. You return void. And you make this an optional. You hit Command B, we shouldn't have any errors. Oh, we have 3 errors. What the heck? Oh, no, we don't. I was confused. All right, and all we have to do is call that function. What is it? Updated location updated. You call that and you just pass in location. I think you need a question mark here because it's optional. We'll remove this print. And that's all we need, to be honest. And now let's go to our view controller. And let's see, let's make a function, get current location. So we don't do this in the view did load func get. Let's call it user location. All right. Let's make this private. And what we call is the location service share dot location updated. You do an equal sign and then you just do a closure. And in here, do location in. And this is how you're notified of every time the location is updated. So like for us, it's only gonna be updated like once or twice because I have that stop. But let's see. Actually, let's print location here again and just make sure that it's working. We should get the San Jose thing again. And I think this error is because we don't have when we first launched the app, there isn't a auth, but I just changed it, so it'll go away. Watch. Unless I'm wrong, and then it doesn't go away. Yeah, it went away. It went away. And let's see if I get rid of this stop updating, will it keep updating that I'm there? I don't know. Cause usually it only oh yeah, it does. like if you have it on your device, then it usually only updates when you're moving. That's why there isn't that much updating here. But if you have your device and like you kind of move a little bit, you'll see you might see a lot of these prints. And that's pretty neat because it doesn't require a combine, and it's pretty straightforward. So what do you want to do with this location? So now that we have the user's location, let's create a function called private function called fetch places, and we'll pass in the location here, CL coordinate 222. All right, and that means we have to import CoreLocation in here, and we're also gonna have to import MapKit. All right, so now let's get into the searching for nearby places part, and this requires MapKit. And I'm using MapKit because it doesn't require any dependencies. I know Google Places is really good for this, and the reason behind this is because I was trying to find out how to do it in Apple and MapKit. They don't give us that much functionality and like things to play with, but we can still do it. So let's get into that. So when we're fetching a place, we need a span. So search span equals MK search span. No wait, MK span. Some MK coordinate span? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do 0.5. 0.5. And then the span, we need a region. And what this is setting up is the region we want to search. All right. So we're going to call this search region. Okay, coordinate region, center, and the span. So the center will be our location that we're receiving, and the span will be this search span. And now we create the requests. And this is MKLocalSearch request. Yep. Oh, I don't think we don't want to use that one actually. We want to use this one and request, because we want to stamp it out ourselves. And for a search request, you either need to use a completion, like it needs a completion, or it needs a query string. Otherwise, nothing will happen. That's an issue I ran into when I was trying to use this, because I just wanted to find all locations, but I didn't add a string or anything, and it just wouldn't give me anything. All right, and then so for search requests, you have the region, result types, I think it's point of interest, and then this is where you do the natural language query. And what I was using is things to do, because I just wanted nearby things to do. So now we define a search, which is MKLocalSearch for the request. And you just do search.start, I believe. Yeah, and there's a completion, so you have a response and an error. Let's print the response. Hopefully we get a response. Let's see what happens. Oh, I always forget, right? You gotta call the function, otherwise nothing's gonna happen. I need self. And let's be a good programmer and do weak self. I couldn't do that to you. I wouldn't leave it out. All right, look, here we go. We got an array of MK map items, and that's what this. My bad, I didn't explain that. The MKLocalSearch, it'll give us a search, and it'll return an array of map items. And actually, it's a JSON because it's like a weird response, right? To get the map items, you have to do response.mapItems. And then this returns an array of map items. And you see here, so here's like one of them. this MK map item, Salesforce Park, and it gives you the phone number, the place mark, it's like the address, the coordinates, and that's the time zone, and then like the URL for the place. And that's pretty much all they offer us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a garlet map items equal response dot map items. Else we're gonna return, and we're gonna let results equal map items. We're just gonna map. We're gonna use the map function to map the what do you call it? The name of each of these places. And I think this name thing is an optional, so we'll do no name found. And let's print results. And boom, we get a look. This is an array of things to do near the Apple Store, if anyone is interested. Let's see if anything cool. The San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. Oh. Not bad, right? If you guys want to go explore. Actually, I haven't been to San Francisco in a while. We're not here for that. I'm going to stamp out a table view really quickly. That's pretty much it for the MK search. Now I'm just going to implement it in the table view real quickly. I'll just speed through this.
Here at the bottom, we want to conform to the TableView stuff. Inside UITableView, delegates, and data source, UITableView, data source. Nice. Self row, and I think it's a number of... Oh, one thing I missed too is, you have a bar, caught places, just an array of strings.
In here, we're going to dispatch to the main queue, and we'll let self dot places equal
results. And TableView dot Here we go. Also do height. Switch on 80. I do the height. I think I need self here, right? I need to delete self. Oh, delete self. And then we just need to do the cell. That's so. I need to register the cell.
Oh, I need to register the cell, and then that's it. UI table view cell dot self, and then this is cell. Let's run this bad boy. Oh, I didn't add it to the sub view. View dot add sub view table view. All right. Bam, and I think it should be good. Yes, there we go, and that's the project, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. There's nothing much to go over. That's it, actually. That's the project, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions below. I just realized my camera went out at some point during the recording, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This all I wanted to go through today. You know, we got to use location, and then using CoreLocation, and then we used MapKit in order to do a search of the nearby places. And this is what we have. We just put in a little table view, and oh yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. To my iOS developers, I recently launched a clothing brand called SoFlo, and I have a little Swift hoodie there for you guys. If you guys want to, cop it and get into the Swift developer mode. So y'all definitely check that out. It's soflowbrand.com. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
I'm riding between it all in this perfect place.